She'll probably edit it out like she has been.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome back to this friendly place, the German Chocolate Cake Studios, to the Boyko and Balkmon show.
Boyko, what is that? What is that?
That's the white stripes.
With a zebra?
It's the white stripe.
Oh, that's black stripe.
No, if you look it up, zebras are actually black with white stripes. Look it up. Look it up. Welcome, everybody. So we got a few announcements for you today without us fighting through them, hopefully.
Let's go. Let's hit them.
Well, I think the first one, Mr. Quinn's Twitter.
Oh, his Twitter account.
Yeah, we gave you guys a challenge last week. He gave you a challenge last week. Mm-hmm. And I think we want to make the announcement. Because remember, he was at 70.
Yep.
He was at 70 and he needed to get
1,500.
1,500. And that's probably off camera. So, here we go.
All right, where we at?
75.
That's not 1,500.
You had one job. So time out. What do we have? 1,500 kids? 1,600 kids?
Something like that.
And you all were given permission to pull out your phones. Every homeroom teacher should know that you were just out the text. That's it. Let me check my Facebook. They said pull out your phone. Instagram.
They checked their Twitter account.
Yeah, they didn't friend or follow Mr. Quinn.
Mr. Quinn on his Twitter account.
At Mr. Quinn JHS.
Miss Henderson's going to put it up again.
Yeah.
So they can see it.
I was taking a chance that I had the right thing, but I'm glad. She'll put it back up.
So hopefully next week we'll be at 100.
80?
Oh, yeah. 77.
I mean, math.
This got some work to do.
Y'all blew it.
No, they didn't.
5 people.
All right. It's a slow progress.
I feel bad
It's a
for our guy, Mr. Quinn.
He'll be all right.
Maybe it didn't air. Maybe half the school didn't have the show on, which is possible. We have some TV issues. Tell your teachers to put the show on. It's going to be 5 minutes. It's not going to be like it was in homeroom. 5-minute shows, and I was supposed to start a timer for this one so that we don't go over 30 minutes.
Well, if we keep on this, it'll be 5.
All right, well then, here we go with some announcements. But do you want to introduce our guest before the announcements?
Why don't you just get the announcements done?
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Since this is Mr. Balkman's show.
That's right.
Yes, announcements. That was the wrong sound. Why did you do that? Know what you're doing. Produce the show correctly. Guys, class elections are actually coming up very soon, so if you're thinking of running for office, any of those things, pay attention to that because there's a few steps you got to do to run for office. Mm-hmm. And in order for this one, I'm gonna bring in our guest now because he's got something he wants to add to this.
What's up, Gonzalez?
Gonzalez, I know that music.
Guys, how's it going?
I know that music. Turn your mic on.
Man.
There you go.
Am I on?
Yeah, you on.
Okay, good.
No? Do it again?
I should be on.
All right, I'll turn you up.
All right.
Check.
So,
right.
Speaking of class elections, the Sleepy movement is alive and well. Those of you who may have forgotten, it was a movement that took Jefferson by storm.
I never heard of it.
Last year.
It did take it by storm. Yes, it did. It was shocking.
It was shocking. This man has shown some real courage, some true grit, and he has an Instagram and a Twitter. I think the Instagram is at Don't Sleep on Me 2018.
Interesting. Instead of Don't Tread on Me, I like that.
And then the Twitter is Don't Sleep on Me 18.
Wow, 17 people beat him.
Yeah. No, it's the year he graduates. That was a decent joke. Though.
Okay.
It's the year he graduates. All right. So Sleepy movement is alive and well. So and I heard you have him in class now.
I do. First period. I think it's first period.
Great. He's a great guy. Great kid. Great guy.
You want to plug him?
He just did.
I just did.
Oh, you said his name? You said his Twitter. You didn't say his name.
Oh, Michael Hurd.
Did you hear that? Hurd?
I told you I was going to say it, Mike.
All right, that's a payback. You don't got to leave. All right, so
next announcement.
We got volleyball this Thursday, and it's going to be here at Jefferson against King. So come out for the volleyball team.
They won.
We're 1-0.
Yeah.
Yep, undefeated.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Actually, this Thursday also is right after volleyball. I'm sure they've coincide. The football JV is having their first game versus Hillsborough, and that's a home game too. So that's Thursday. Also on Thursday is golf, which is at Heritage Isles. What do you mean? You don't like golf?
No, I mean, where is that?
I don't know where Heritage Isles is.
That's where we're
Ask
gonna-
a person on the golf team.
It's
They'll
where
know
we
where
get
it's
a
at.
victory on Thursday.
That is. That's the big W.
Another victory.
This
All these
Fri-
victories.
Yeah. And speaking of, this Friday, the football team's going to be playing at Plant City. We're going to put a hurting
Hurting on the Raiders.
on PC.
You know, how about a clean sweep?
Yeah, clean. We're not going to talk about
Clean sweep.
No, we decided.
Win everything this week.
Yeah.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. I want the whole school, every one of these sports, to bring that W
Clean
home.
sweep.
That means my boy Gaffney got to have to practice like he wants the W this week.
That's right, the big W from
He's
Gaffney.
got the whole school behind him now. You know.
Old school.
It is what it is. We got to move forward.
Don't forget the Pep Squad meeting today after school, Tuesday in AO6, right after school. And Mr. Hutchinson made the announcement that all your lab books are in, so come see him in DO2 after school. Bang! Do you feel how fast I got through those?
Bang!
Bang!
I'm impressed.
But don't turn your TVs off yet. I think we have like 10 seconds. I don't know how much time.
That'll do it for this week.
Yep.
That'll do it for today.
Today.
We got those
Today.
announcements in
We
today.
got the announcements in.
Sometime this week or next week, we're going to be interviewing some more new guests. Not new guests, but new people who come to Jefferson. And then we'll start getting the new teachers.
VIP, very important people.
The kids want to be on the show.
And we're going to bring some
We're going
kids.
to bring some seniors first.
Yeah.
Bring
Yeah,
seniors
yeah.
on down.
My boy Caesar, who's like my son.
Oh.
Caesar's like my son.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous.
And Jeremiah, who clearly likes me better than he likes you.
That explains a lot of his problems in life right now.
I don't. Is this an
Kind of
identity
explains-
argument? We're not going to get
That's
into
all.
that. No.
We have Darius on here.
Now,
Hey,
Balkman,
D4.
listen, Balkman.
D4 gonna be on here.
D Ford.
Who's D4?
D Ford.
Darius.
Darius.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what we call him, D Ford? I
Yeah,
thought that was like
D.
something from Star Wars, like,
No, R2D
No?
Ford.
You don't know.
it's R2D2's brother.
Yeah.
Nerd jokes. Okay. Yeah, thank you, somebody. Yeah, that's for us.
So this edition of the Balkman and Boyko show is done.
Peace.
It's a wrap.
Tuesday morning. All right, and this is where Miss Henderson will keep the show on, even though we said cut it.
Yeah, cut it. Now,
As we
Boyko,
talk about people.
Now, Boyko, let me tell
No,
you. See
wait.
this shirt? I'm going to tell you about
Wait,
it.
no. Can we introduce the next show?
Well, the problem is we're wearing the same shirts.
It's whatever. I mean, they'll just think we're poor teachers.
Which is what they think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey,
Am I starting right here?
Yeah, you
yeah,
might
just
as well.
stay.
All right, all right.
Oh, why go anywhere?
Yeah. Let's do it.
We got to find another. We got to find something else.
What's wrong with this?
Me?
What is that?
This is another intro music. What do you think? Kind of chill? Gonzalez can't hear it yet. We're trying. Trying to
Oh,
get
that
you.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Silence.
sounds good. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got
No,
to
look,
go.
I'm sorry it doesn't have a whole brass section
That-
and
that's
a
good
horse
thing.
That
Good
has
thing I
to
don't
go.
have earphones.
Yeah, you should be thankful. Maybe I'll take these things.
and a horse in the background. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, Boyko,
Yes, sir.
let me tell you this story.
I'm listening.
All right, so I'm going to tell you the story about how I got this shirt.
I already got the story, by the
Yeah,
way.
how I got this shirt.
Okay.
So remember last Friday, I was like, well, you know, if I go home,
That's
I
right.
won't-
Yeah. So you went to Men's Warehouse or whatever.
I wasn't going to mention the place name, but now
Oh,
that you've done that,
My fault.
oh well.
Look, we can plug them.
We'll put it out there. All right.
Sorry.
So now we know.
See, this is why you
So-
tell me where we're going. This was a surprise.
You were supposed
I warned
to-
him. I warned him
you
that
were
you're supposed to
supposed-
produce
listen.
produce
You were
the
supposed
show.
to listen, but that's okay.
I'll
Fine.
just listen.
So I went to the store, you know, after work.
Uh-huh.
So I had a coupon, you know, get 50% off.
It's half off for those of you in math. Half off.
So
Pretty good.
as
Right?
I walked, you know, I was walking in the store, but I left the coupon in the car.
Oh no.
So as I was about to open the door, I think this was my first mistake. I was about to open the door. I realized I didn't have it, so I went, oh, you know, like, oh, I forgot it.
Rewind.
And you put that through the window?
No, I hadn't opened the door yet,
All right,
so I
you
was
went.
like, oh, and so.
You know, I'm getting at some kind of like police
So,
were
you
called.
know, I go back, you know, go get it. So I met at the door. So this guy, you know, I won't call his name or what he looked like. So he took the coupon.
Did he match your shirt or your mic?
Boyko's headsets. So
Okay, Boyko's headset.
Really?
so
We had to clarify this. Okay, the guy's white. Just for those of you not following along to that horrible segue.
Could have been silver.
So he looks it over like, I don't have no business. Like, I don't know what I was talking about. So I'm like, okay. So he proceeds to follow me throughout the whole store.
Really? So this is one of those situations?
Whole store. And I know he was following me because I zigzagged the store.
You tested him?
Yeah.
On purpose?
Purposely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
So
I don't blame.
I went to one side, went to the other side, went back to the other side, and then he tried to make it like, well, I want to hold a conversation with you. Now,
Maybe he was interested in what you were.
He was feeling out what your type was. Oh, he went to those ties. Oh, he went to that jacket.
okay, so I was.
No,
I
I'm not
gave you-
defending this in any way.
I give you an example, right? So I'm looking at these shirts, and he goes, oh, if you're going to wear that shirt, you got to have a 2X. Like, I don't know my size at this point in my life.
Right.
Wait,
like-
so now that he's trying to help you, you're mad at him.
Like, I don't know my
after he's been
No,
tailing
15 minutes later, because I done looked through some shirts at that point.
Yeah.
I even had some shirts in my hand. Oh, I need a 2X. Like, I don't know what size I am at this
Look,
point.
he's just trying to help you.
Okay. So, all right. You know, I'm following along. Like, okay.
When did you start to hate him?
When he started talking to me.
Just the first time?
Because.
Got a bad vibe.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, the bad vibe was already established with the
Yeah.
following him around.
Yeah.
I completely.
But, okay, so when I'm shopping, I don't like people talking to me if you're not with me. Like if my wife's with me, she can talk to me because you know how people are. They'll be like, "Oh, that looks great." And that's just the ugliest thing they ever seen. They're just trying to get a sale.
Right.
So
it may not be sincere.
Yeah, not sincere. So unless I specifically go to you, don't talk to me. And it's not like people didn't know me in the store.
So you've been there a bunch of times?
Yeah, because they like, "Hey, Mr. Balkmon, how
They
you
have
doing?"
coupons.
They
Wait,
have coupons.
they know you by name?
Yeah, they know me by name.
So what the heck? Is
But
this guy new?
No, he's not new. But I don't think he'd see me in the store.
Can you say no again just like you did just now?
Whatever.
No.
No. So, and see, here's my second mistake. So I had broke away from him for about 10 seconds. And I should have stopped at the table and talked to one of the guys because he was like, "Oh, yeah, you're here. Yeah, you want to use it." I should have kept talking to him. But I didn't. Then he followed me to the shirts, to the ties, back to the shirts, to the suits.
Wait, we're back
to
on the beginning here?
No, I'm just telling you, every place he followed me in the store. And the only time, I'm telling you, Boyko, I literally picked up the ugliest tie I think I ever seen in my life.
On purpose.
On purpose. "Oh, you got a good eye." I'm like, all right.
He was trying to get a sale, man. So
The only,
He knew you had no style. That's what it was.
Whatever.
He knew you had no style.
whatever. Please, whatever. So the only time I finally got rid of him when somebody came in the store who actually needed help. They actually, because he was the only.
He probably gave up on you.
He was the tape measurer, and so somebody came in and was like, "I need to be measured."
They're called tailors.
He had the tape measure around his neck. So I'm like, man, I can finally break free. And I'm like, and I went and I'm like, okay, I can get a couple of things. Let me get out the store. So I've decided, I'm like, what kind of treatment is this?
right.
You're going to
I
wear a
spent-
sign that says, "Don't talk to me"?
No, even
I
better.
spend good money.
He does.
I spend good money to the point when they were, when they asked for your number, they're like, "Oh yeah," they just start talking about my name and what you show them what I got for you, Boyko. See, show the people, improving your sock action.
This is
game.
definitely, this is improving my sock colors by 5, 6.
I like
There we
him.
go. Yeah.
You know how hard it was to find socks for him?
Really?
Why?
Because I had
Were
to.
you trying to remember shirts I had? Or
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't realize you put this much thought into it, but
I could. I don't want you to look. I don't want you to look
for
sloppy.
arch enemies, we
I don't want
treat
you to
each
look
other
sloppy.
pretty nice.
Do you think that this je ne sais quoi comes
But you know
easily?
what? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna stop going now.
Wait,
I'm
so you're
not
not going
gonna
to
stop
boycott the store?
No, I'm not boycotting the store.
Why?
I love that sound.
But you don't feel offended?
Oh yeah, I was offended. There was no doubt I was offended.
But let me ask you, how many times has that happened to you in
But that's
your
the
life?
first time it happened in my life.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because I could imagine it just getting old. Because I had students tell me
I don't
that,
think it happens every day.
But it don't
that-
happen that often. It was the first
well,
time.
it definitely happens to our kids.
It's the first time.
Constantly.
Well,
Teenagers.
It's the first time it happened there, and only from him. So I've decided, look, I like going there. So what I've decided, being the smart guy that I am, that if I go in the store, If I go in the store and I see him, I'm not buying anything that day.
You gonna tell him that? Like, if you come over to me, I'm not buying anything.
I'm gonna say I got no money today.
Why?
I ain't even gonna say that. I'm like, no, you don't got what I'm looking for, and leave.
Why wouldn't you do this?
That he wins.
But why wouldn't you just say, I don't appreciate how you followed me around last time I was here, so I'm not buying anything.
It's very passive aggressive.
Because all that does is create more trouble.
No, maybe the guy needs to know that what he did was not acceptable to you.
Look, there's a line
You
here.
constantly criticize
Over
me.
this line you do not
Hey,
cross.
Boyko, use people.
That was a Big Lebowski
you're not-
joke.
I don't say no use people.
This line you crossed?
There's a line in the sand, dude.
There ain't no use people.
Look.
My-
Look, how do you expect, and I'm not speaking
Him to change.
for everyone, but how do you expect a person who does that without knowing, without realizing he thinks he's being a good person when in actuality he's consistently setting up this stereotype?
Yeah, you're right.
Which is, you really don't know what you're doing. Maybe you don't really have as much money to be in there that he expects. He's feeling you out. Because
You know what?
these
And
are
you
the
know what it may have
assumptions.
been? I did have on my Jefferson shirt.
I remember what you wore Friday.
I had on the Jefferson shirt. Maybe he thought the teacher got no business being in here. Although
Well,
they
we
did.
don't.
Although
we
they,
don't.
Although they
It's
remembered,
expensive.
They remembered you.
Of course.
They remembered you too.
Wait, time out.
Yeah, they remembered you.
Explain. That
When I-
men's
when I-
warehouse right here on Dale Mabry.
Yeah. When I went to check out, and they were like, "Oh, you work at Jefferson, Boyko. This Boyko guy, do you know who he is?" And I was like, "Unfortunately, he works across the hall from me."
Fortunately, he's my co-star.
I didn't tell him about the show. I don't think, you know what?
No,
I
because
don't-
there was a woman in there that really helped me out.
Yeah, they remembered
for Teacher
you.
of the Year. Yeah, I had no suit.
But I think,
Teacher of
You
the
know how
Year
much
club.
that suit costs?
I know how much.
Teacher of the Year.
$400. What the heck?
I know how much.
I don't have that money.
How did this
For a
How
night?
did this make its way to Teacher of the Year?
But anyway, I don't know. I don't. So what should I do, Boyko? Should I go? I demand that I get treated better.
Well, no, because if you go in there like that, you sound
Can't
like
make
the
demands.
yeah.
Or are you Malcolm X?
You seen his B?
Yeah, that's true.
Is it black?
No, you go and you
It's got the black fist. You know it's on your B.
You go and you show the guy that I can take the higher road and I can be. I'm just as or more educated than you, and I would appreciate being treated that way.
I think this is what. We're not trying to start no controversy here.
Of course not. This is just an issue.
No
I think the discussion.
No
Yeah,
hashtag Black Lives Matter, anything like this. It's just I'm a professional.
Of course.
I come in.
Consummate professional.
I come in. This is not the first time I've been in your store. People know me by name. I don't need to be followed. I don't need to know I didn't ask you to be measured. So I obviously know my size. So why are you following me all throughout the store?
I mean, I'm telling you, from my perspective, I think he really thought, and it's the assumption that
What is this guy doing in here?
No, not even that. Like, once you started looking at stuff, he's probably like, okay, this guy is looking at things that are of decent quality. Maybe he needs help, and I'm going to ask him if he needs help. And the first thing you ask is, do you know your size? Like,
okay, so
the following part at first,
Are you
yes.
giving this guy the benefit of the doubt?
I will.
But,
I'm a
okay.
nice person, but I've made mistakes.
Okay,
I'm sure I've made mistakes.
Okay,
Zigzag through the store.
all right. I told me and my wife.
Why is he going over to the ties now?
Me and my wife have talked about this, and we've talked about this, Mr. Gonzalez. You can always tell somebody if they know the store, if without asking, they can go to the clearance section.
True.
Did you go there?
I went there without asking. I knew exactly where to go. They never have my.
Now,
I
are
never
you
have
saying
my
that he
size.
assumed your rapport?
No.
No, what I'm saying is
By going to the clearance section, he was showing the guy.
Yeah, that
I've been to
know
the
where I'm
store
at.
enough. I know how to maneuver around the store.
Yeah.
So maybe
They never have my size. It's either the arm length is too short or the neck is too big. They never have my size. But fine, okay, I went over there. I go over to, literally, you have to go all the way across the store to get to the ties and the socks.
And he followed you that far?
He followed me, and then I zigzagged back to the other side of the store, and before I knew it, he was back on me again.
He was tailing you.
But he didn't talk anything about clothes or anything like that. Like, it's like, he just, if you know me, Boyko.
Did he walk over and go, "Sir, are you homeless?"
No.
Boyko, okay, you know me a long time. Do I strike you as somebody who particularly care for small talk?
I was going to, even if you said the word people after that, say no.
All right.
You could have put a lot of words after that. Now I would have said
Not a small talker.
Not a small talk. Okay.
Not a small talker.
Even under your concept, do I even strike you as a person who particularly care for people?
No, hence the no
Except my
soliciting sign on your front house.
Except my students. I love them all. Black, white, all the colors of the rainbow.
In the office, people.
No one can like them people.
Wait, yeah, the ties.
I do.
Look.
This
love it.
you know, and I got this from there.
We're
too.
not wearing ties.
And I got this from there too.
Men's warehouse.
Warehouse.
Uh-huh.
I gotta go there. I wonder if I'll get followed. Or
But my point is,
They'll be like, hola.
somebody help Jose.
no, but you know,
It's horrible.
it brings back the idea that people think we make this stuff up
Yeah.
in the head.
No, and I think in schools like this, our kids get it. But we discussed this today. There are places in our country that can't understand this. Yeah,
Black shoppers matter.
Oh, there it goes.
When I slid the plastic, I
Yep.
bet they appreciated it then.
Yeah, and didn't do what my card did the other day at McDonald's.
On $2,
How great was that?
it.
Yeah, I was getting breakfast declined on Boyko. What?
Decline.
Yeah.
Decline.
And I know Balkmon was sitting in the passenger seat. How great was that whole day? My truck's like turning off.
Oh yeah, he told me.
It's stalling.
He told me everything.
Here's Balkmon the other thing going.
As we went to Blake.
Matter of fact,
yeah.
he
the Blake.
texted me when you were in the drive-through line and said Boyko's car just got denied. No, I'm just kidding. He did.
It got denied.
Yeah, but I wasn't surprised. I'm like, oh, something happened.
Was your bank changing something?
It was, but no, that's
Still embarrassing.
It couldn't clear $5.
whatever.
It
I'm
wasn't
like,
even- it wasn't
this
even
just
$5.
proves to everyone in this school that even the teacher of the year is broke.
Amongst other things.
Teacher of the year again.
Sorry, I'm just
two.
okay.
No,
So
no.
a teacher doesn't make enough money. Good.
Okay,
Fine.
good, good.
So we'll go back
I
in time.
probably, after what happened at the store, I probably should not have been surprised what happened the rest of the night.
Wait, you have more?
Yeah, that was the night.
This is
that
gonna
we
be
played.
like part 2.
No, you know.
That was the night we played.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not. But we're not gonna speak of the game.
Not speaking of the game, but it should be.
Well,
no
let me ask you
surprise.
this: Why not? Why are we not speaking about the game?
We're gonna give them an opportunity to regroup. We're gonna wait till it happens Friday night.
No, I think that one of two things can happen. I think that we can
Rally?
we can rally, and this is you got to have a certain amount of grit to play a sport.
They tough.
Or you can't just roll over.
You know, the defense played really good.
That's what I heard.
They played really
That's what I
good. It
heard.
was a hard hitting game.
You told me it was 0-0 most of the game.
Yeah, a good chunk of them. I thought at halftime it'd have been 0-0, and then a couple of little, I don't want to say freak plays happened, but things that was abnormal in the game took place. But the defense played good.
It still doesn't mean that you students shouldn't. I mean, we got to go to the game, even more so now. You know what I mean? We got to rally.
Speaking of which,
Oh no!
Got him.
Speaking of
I led myself into
Speaking
this
of
trap.
which, faculty and staff, you may recall last Friday, as we concluded the show, Boyko admitted he wasn't going to the game because of dancing
lessons.
lessons.
No, that we could have skipped that part. I just didn't go to the game.
Which did not take place.
You didn't go.
No,
Why not? You're gonna call me out on that?
You didn't
That's
go
number
to-
one. Number two,
I
Mr.
cannot believe-
Gonzalez
I
made it
gotta
clear
turn his
he was
mic
going to
off.
put his foot
Put my
down.
foot down. Yeah.
You got to put your foot down at some point.
True.
Lo and behold, as students recognized, Mr. Gonzalez wasn't at the game either. So it seems like his wife put her foot down.
I was getting sandbags for Emily.
So this side of these people to my right had the foot put down on them. They went nowhere, at least nowhere close to the game. But I was at the game.
You were.
Speaking of
They were
sandbags,
looking for y'all at the game, but we now know who really puts their foot down.
Oh,
at
I
the
led
house.
myself right into that one. Sorry, guys. But I was not dancing. I was not getting sandbags. I don't know. My
Tom,
son had
speaking of-
practice. It was raining.
speaking of sandbags,
It
I
didn't rain?
got a bone to pick with one of our Caribbean countries.
Which,
Dominique.
you're gonna bring that
I
up.
got it. Yeah, I'm bringing that up. We had a perfectly good storm
No.
that was not a hurricane moving to Florida.
Oh, the Dominican.
Yeah.
They messed it
They
up.
always got to mess stuff up.
Yeah.
They had to go and put a mountain right in the way of this nice storm.
Beautiful. The
Yeah.
storm was a beautifully
Yeah.
formed storm.
And it was not going to be a hurricane. We would have just gotten a ton of rain, which maybe we don't need. And
Maybe it'll
We're
rained
still
on
gonna
plan.
get
Maybe
it.
it'll just stopped over
yeah,
plan.
just sat on Plan High
and
School.
just rained. Okay.
Yeah. That would've
And
been
you know, use your canoe on Bay Shore, whatever you got to do. But they had to go and put mountains in the way, and we had to come to school yesterday.
Yeah. So
Kind of made me angry.
That's awful.
yeah.
That was awful.
Is there anything else we got this show, or you guys got?
That was awful.
I'm good. You guys good?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Johnny, Mr. Balkmon, sorry.
No, I don't have anything. I think.
No, I'm saying that I wanted to say that I'm sorry that you had to go through
Why are
these
you
incidents.
apologizing? You didn't do anything to me. Oh yeah, you should apologize. It's your fault that happened to me.
Why?
I got
I-
him the socks. I was going to
'Cause I
get
had
him the
to-
socks.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to get him some socks.
Yeah, so somehow it is my fault.
It is your
For real. I was just
They always get us every time.
So what would you recommend? Like a person in that situation, what would you do?
You know what? That's the thing. I don't know.
I still think you should go back and be like, what, you know when I came in last time? This is hard to do. That's the problem. These things are hard to do.
The guy will remember you though.
Yeah. Be like, you know how you followed me around?
It would be like, don't come close to me.
There.
Because
That's fair enough.
then it leads to an argument.
That's fair enough though. I spend
Yeah.
good money here. You know.
Be
You
like,
know-
look, I'm a regular, and you kind of made me feel like I was some guy off the street, so just kind of remember me next time.
But why should I have to go
You
out
shouldn't have to.
Why should I
I
have to
agree.
go out of my character?
You shouldn't have to, but this is the same thing that I deal with at home with the missus when she assumes I'm paying attention.
Yeah, but maybe if you go out of your character,
You know,
out of your comfort
I'm
zone,
like,
you'd
tell
be,
me.
you'd be helping people that came, behind you at the
I don't
store,
know.
right?
I'm gonna have to figure this one out because I was like,
Look, we have to change this one person at a time.
My first solution was, you know what? This will be the last time
I'm
I
going
go
to swing on him.
No,
Oh.
I'm a man of peace, Boyko.
Yeah.
A man of love and peace.
Pieces.
I like Reese's though. I won't
Oh, good,
lie.
good.
Too.
My first reaction was, that'll be the last time I go to this one.
That's what you would originally.